My hair is not greasy. My hair is just being an asshole today, so I pinned half of it up. Also, I put too much like leave-in conditioner in it, so it kind of looks greasy. It's not. Hello everybody. So today I wanted to make a video because I have not done a talkie video in a while. This video is just gonna be like a little bit of a life update, unless I talk too much and then it becomes more of a life update. I guess I'm gonna put this into 3 little segments. I've got eating disorder, Korean, and life update in general. You might have noticed that I've not made a video talking about my eating disorder recovery in a whole ass while. Ever since I came to Korea, I've kind of stopped talking about it. One, because it's a really weird topic to talk to people about in real life, I've noticed. If they're not your friends, or if they're just kind of acquaintances slash they've just moved into your house kind of type deal. I do tell people that I've had an eating disorder, but they tend to think that it was a while ago instead of, you know, Christmas last year. Yeah, that kind of tends to be kind of awkward conversation. So I don't tend to have that conversation a whole bunch. I know I should, because normalizing it, but it's hard. It's actually really hard to talk about. For my eating disorder recovery in May, that was the last that I was going to do. I can show you the notes. As you can see, I've got absolutely 0. I can tell you a summary of the last few months regarding my eating disorder. When I first came to Korea, it was really good. Everything was amazing. Like, I did not care. I did not have a single eating disorder thought. Occasionally, I'd find myself looking at the calories, but then not really caring and doing opposite actions either way. Yeah, it was mainly just a lot of distractions, a lot of not even thinking about it, which was really, really great. I'm really happy that I've come this far. But in the recent couple of months, every time I've had a bit of a stressful day or maybe a bit more of a sad day, I would find myself in the grocery store and just kind of looking at calories again. I noticed myself doing it immediately and I was like, no. Or I would sit in bed and think, oh, I quite like a snack, but it's unnecessary. And then getting up and getting a snack. Eating disorder is a creeping thing, so don't let it creep up on you. But yeah, so that's basically how I've been undergoing that. I feel like in the recent 2 weeks or so, I've really noticed me getting more comfortable with speaking Korean, even to actual Korean people, which I know, surprising, oh my god, I dare to speak to Koreans. But when you're learning a language, it's much easier to talk to somebody who also doesn't speak the language fluently, because you feel like you're making less of an ass of yourself. But my Korean friends here are really, really lovely, and they're really encouraging. Whenever I'm speaking in Korean, they're not stopping me and correcting every single grammar point. They're letting me finish talking. And then if they're really unsure as to what I actually said, they will repeat it and question me about it as to what did I try to express, which I find very useful. The other day I was able to have a 5-minute conversation just in Korean. I had only realized that afterwards, but it was in just Korean. Occasionally I throw in English words because I don't know the Korean. I've showed you before that I write diary entries for my Korean lesson to then be corrected by my Korean tutor. Recently I've noticed that my Korean diary entries have gotten a lot longer and the writing a lot smaller, so more can fit on one page. I still find it hard to think of topics to write about, but for some reason every week I manage to scrape up 2. The texts are getting longer, the font size is getting smaller, the mistakes are fewer, which is really nice. There's still a lot of English words in there, but I'd say that's kind of it for the Korean update. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make a Korean video talking in Korean soon enough. Oh yeah, I started doing this. That's part of the life update, I guess. I started doing this. It's weird. Also finger guns. I don't know what's happening, but like Korea's making me lamer. A lot of my friends, they go to Korea and then come back like with more fashion style or more confident or whatever. And I come back and I'm gonna be more lame. Korea changes people. Not always for the better, clearly. Currently, I am kind of fixating on the fact that I would like to get a job in Korea that actually pays money, because the job that I'm currently doing, it doesn't pay me anything. I get to live in an apartment, but it's a dormitory style apartment. I've been here for 3 months. I can't stay in a dormitory style place forever. And I know that I'd like to stay in Korea for a longer time than maybe 1 year. I'd like to stay for as long as I can. I would be able to stay longer if I was able to receive money for work that I do. Because every day I do go to work. I mean, yes, I'm only working for 4 hours, but it's still 4 hours that I'm in a place where maybe I'd rather not be at that moment. The work I do, it doesn't feel like work because all I'm doing is talking to people, but I'm still a bit like, it would be fun to get paid for this. The other day, my mother sent me a package from Ibiza. I asked her to send me deodorant because deodorant in Korea is fucking expensive. Normal size deodorant from Nivea is 8,000 won. So I asked my mom to send me some And she did, and she wrote a handwritten letter with it, and seeing her handwriting kind of made me feel really warm. I really started to miss my mom, and now every day that I'm walking around, I'm kind of thinking, if my mom would come here, what would I show her? Like, we could go to this cafe, this would be really nice, or we could go to this temple, we could go to this place, we could go to this park, that would be really sweet. I feel like after 3 months or so, it starts to hit you. My parents are really far away, and my friends are really far away too. My friends, I really miss my friends. On my birthday, I miss them so much. I knew exactly what I would want to do for my birthday if I was in Switzerland. I would want to go to Cô Tin Tin, which is a Vietnamese restaurant. It's the best Vietnamese restaurant. We would get cupcakes, like even just a bakery and get cupcakes, and then we would sit by Lake Zurich and just chat, and it would have been so nice. But instead, we didn't do that. I miss my babies. Every time they write in the group chat about something that happened, I'm like, no, I'm missing out. No, why do I never get to see this? You know how Jenna Marbles has this voice for Kermit, her dog? I started doing that voice, but just randomly, because one of the earlier volunteers that was here, Sarah, he started with like this weird mix of accents from everywhere, and then it kind of merged and evolved into the Kermit accent. We spent an entire evening just talking in that weird accent. It's been stuck for me. I don't know about her, but it's been stuck on me. So now, sometimes I just speak in the Kermit accent. I don't found that a constant change of volunteers and people you're living with is kind of exhausting. I don't want to call it exhausting actually, maybe tiring, because every time a new person comes in, you have to explain the rules to them, the house rules, the cleaning rules, you have to explain your own weird habits, what you're eating, what is this, what is that, like you have to explain everything all over again, and it can get quite tiring. If every 2 weeks you get a new person and you have to explain basic things to them again, it kind of starts to grate on you a little bit. Also currently in this weird like trying to find a way for me to be able to work at a Hagwon, which is a Korean after school program sort of school. Hagwon is the Korean language word for-profit private institute, academy or cram school prevalent in South Korea. They have a lot of different types of Hagwons. There's ones to get into Samsung. I'll make a video about that. That's fucking crazy. There's ones that focus on English. There's ones focusing on certain other subjects. But the one that I obviously want to work for is English, because English. There is a job opportunity for me at a certain Hagwon that I know from a friend, because my friend has to leave that Hagwon. She already recommended me. The problem is I never went to university and I don't have a bachelor's degree. The first requirement the Korean government puts on English teachers at a Hagwon or at another government run school is you have to be from an English native speaking country, which I am not. But my friend already cleared that up. They talked to the principal and they said, we don't care that she's not an English native speaker. And then the second requirement is I have to have a bachelor's degree. My friend talked to the principal about, and the principal said, we don't really care, like even if she just has like anything from a university, it could be a loophole to actually still get me the working visa that is required, because I can't work for the Hagwon if I don't have a working visa, because if I don't have a working visa, working is illegal. I'm currently talking to my embassy, trying to find out if the 4 years of after high school diploma thing that I've got for graphic design is in any way like convertible into something that makes sense to the Korean government. But it's kind of hard. If you know of anybody who was able to get a job at a Hagwon despite the fact that they don't have a bachelor's or they're not a native speaker, please let me know. That would be real fun to find out how you did that. If you have any questions for me, let me know and I will answer them in the comments. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can stick around till when I make a new one. I hope you drink lots of water, get lots of sleep, and this is the end. Bye!